Introduction. Persuasion in the workplace is not about pressure or confrontation, but about influence, respect, and thoughtful strategy. In this video, you will discover 10 proven methods that allow you to convince colleagues and managers while avoiding unnecessary conflict. From active listening and empathy to using facts, stories, praise, and even the wisdom of letting go, you'll gain practical tools to build trust, strengthen relationships, and achieve lasting career success. Listen to influence. Introduction. Active listening builds trust. When you show real attention to someone's words, they become more open to accepting your ideas. Don't interrupt. Allow the other person to finish speaking completely before you respond. This creates respect, reduces defensiveness, and shows you value their thoughts. Paraphrase ideas. Repeat the speaker's main points in your own words. It demonstrates attention, prevents misunderstandings, and reassures them that you truly listened. Clarifying questions. Ask gentle, open-ended questions that help uncover details. It shows genuine interest and helps deepen mutual understanding of the issue. Body language. Maintain eye contact, nod occasionally, and lean slightly forward. Nonverbal signals show that you are engaged and present in the conversation. Slower pace. Avoid rushing your responses. Use short pauses before answering to give the impression of careful thought and respect for the speaker's words. Empathetic reactions. Use short phrases like, "I understand," or "that makes sense." Simple acknowledgments create an emotional bridge and validate the speaker's feelings. Focus on essence. Filter out less important details and concentrate on the key message. This ensures you don't miss the main idea hidden in the conversation. Take notes. Write down main points or keywords while listening. It signals seriousness, prevents forgetting important details, and strengthens your credibility. Don't argue immediately. Hold back from challenging or objecting right away. First, confirm understanding, then introduce your perspective in a respectful manner. Balance dialogue. Aim to speak less and listen more. A healthy ratio of listening to speaking makes others feel heard and encourages constructive communication. Conclusion. Active listening lowers resistance and sets the stage for real dialogue. When people feel heard, they open up. Persuasion becomes a shared discussion, not pressure. The better you listen, the stronger your influence. Shared interests are the key. People agree more easily when they recognize mutual benefit. Frame your ideas as a path to collective success rather than personal advantage. We, not I. Replace my gain with our progress. When you focus on shared results, colleagues feel included and are less likely to resist your proposals. Highlight results. Present clear outcomes that benefit everyone. Show how the solution helps the whole team save time, improve efficiency, or reach goals faster. Examples of benefit. Illustrate your point with specific cases where cooperation brought success. Concrete benefits make arguments tangible and convincing. Link to company values. Tie your ideas to the organization's mission or vision. People support proposals that align with what the company already values. Compare options. Lay out 2 or more alternatives and explain why your suggestion provides the best balance of risk, efficiency, and long-term value. Reduce risks. Explain how your approach minimizes mistakes, financial losses, or wasted effort. Reducing risk creates comfort and trust in your argument. Acknowledge others' input. Show respect by recognizing contributions of colleagues. When people feel valued, they are more likely to support collective solutions. Use numbers. Support your case with data, charts, or measurable results. Facts strengthen credibility and reassure others of the plan's practicality. Emotional appeal. Emphasize how the idea will make everyone's work smoother and more enjoyable. Positive emotions strengthen commitment to change. Visualize benefits. Paint a clear picture of the future result. More satisfied clients, a stronger team, or higher performance. Visualization makes success feel real. Conclusion. Focusing on shared interests turns arguments into alliances. People don't fight against what benefits them. It reduces conflict and encourages cooperation.
Questions instead of orders. Turning requests into questions invites dialogue rather than obedience. This approach lowers resistance and helps create true collaboration. What do you think? By asking for their opinion, you show respect for their perspective. People feel included, which builds ownership and makes agreement easier. How should we do it? Inviting others to suggest solutions empowers them. This creates a sense of partnership instead of forcing them into a one-way instruction. Would you like to try? Framing suggestions as opportunities rather than demands reduces tension. It shifts focus from obligation to voluntary cooperation. Soft hypothesis. Phrases like, "What if we tried?" introduce ideas without pressure. This makes people curious instead of defensive, opening room for dialogue. Scenario question. What happens if lets others explore possible outcomes? It engages analytical thinking and encourages collaborative problem solving. Compare ideas. Asking which version works better turns debate into joint evaluation. It encourages weighing pros and cons instead of opposing positions. Clarify details. Questions about specifics guide the conversation to practical solutions. They reduce misunderstandings and keep the discussion constructive. Future question. When you ask how could this affect us later, you shift focus toward long-term goals. This broadens perspective and reduces short-term conflict. Evaluating question. How does this affect our goal? Keeps attention on the shared mission. It aligns decisions with bigger objectives rather than individual opinions. Supportive question. A question like, "Can we rely on your experience here?" reinforces the person's value and motivates them to contribute without resistance. Conclusion. Questions create freedom and ownership. People agree more readily when they feel the decision partly belongs to them.
Facts and stories. Numbers alone rarely convince, and emotions without evidence can feel weak. The strongest persuasion blends facts with stories for double impact. Balance logic and emotion. Mix statistics with real-life examples. Facts satisfy rational thinking, while stories appeal to emotions, creating a balanced and convincing argument. Examples of success. Share proven cases from colleagues or companies. Success stories inspire trust, show credibility, and make your idea feel realistic and achievable. Visual proof. Support words with visuals like charts, graphs, or diagrams. Clear visual evidence simplifies complex data and strengthens your case. The human element. Introduce a personal story connected to the issue. Human experiences make abstract ideas relatable, which helps people connect emotionally. Before and after contrast. Show a clear problem versus solution scenario. A strong contrast highlights the difference your idea can make in practice. Keep facts short. Select only the most relevant numbers. Too many details overwhelm, while concise facts highlight the essence and hold attention. Emotional imagery. Use metaphors and vivid language to spark imagination. This creates memorable impressions and reinforces the rational message. Relatable experience. Anchor stories in everyday situations. When people recognize themselves in examples, they are far more likely to agree with you. Stay ethical. Never exaggerate or fabricate. Honesty protects credibility, and people trust arguments supported by real, transparent information. Repeat key takeaways. End your narrative by summarizing the most important points. Reinforcing the lesson ensures the facts and story leave a lasting impact. Conclusion. Facts persuade the mind. Stories touch the heart. Together, they make arguments powerful and whole. Showing rational benefits plus real examples reduces conflict and builds agreement. Empathy and perspective. To persuade effectively, you must understand what matters to others. Empathy helps you see through their eyes, reduce tension, and build trust. Step into their shoes. Imagine the situation from their point of view. This makes your argument more considerate and helps predict possible objections or reactions. Spot hidden fears. Behind resistance often lies fear of change or extra work. Identify these concerns and address them directly to reduce emotional barriers. Gentle questions. Ask open and compassionate questions about needs and expectations. It signals genuine care and encourages honesty in the conversation. Listen to emotions. Pay attention to tone, facial expressions, and body language. These cues reveal feelings that words may hide and guide your response. Acknowledge values. Show you recognize and respect their personal principles. People are more open when they feel their values are understood. Build bridges. Link your ideas to their priorities. Demonstrating how your proposal supports their goals turns potential conflict into cooperation. Supportive language. Say phrases like, "Your doubts are valid," or "I understand your concerns." This validates emotions and reduces defensive reactions. Respect in disagreement. Even if you disagree, do it politely. Respectful dissent keeps communication constructive instead of escalating tension. Shared responsibility. Emphasize that the decision belongs to both sides. A shared sense of ownership reduces pressure and encourages commitment. Find common ground. Highlight overlapping interests. Focusing on similarities makes cooperation easier and prevents disagreements from becoming personal. Conclusion. Empathy is not weakness but power. People open up when they feel understood. Perspective-taking turns conflict into dialogue and helps find solutions together. Small steps toward agreement. Big changes often feel overwhelming. Breaking requests into small, manageable steps makes persuasion smoother and acceptance more natural. The small yes effect. Start with simple questions that are easy to agree with. A series of small yes answers builds a positive rhythm toward larger acceptance. Mini commitments. Ask for limited trials like, "Let's test this for one day." Minor commitments reduce fear and allow people to experience benefits firsthand. Gradual expansion. Once a small step is accepted, suggest a slightly larger one. Each stage feels natural, reducing resistance to bigger changes. Principle of gradualness. Avoid drastic shifts. Steady, incremental adjustments help people adapt and view change as a comfortable, safe process. Fix successes. Celebrate small wins and record progress. Acknowledging achievements reinforces motivation and makes people proud of shared results. Gentle adjustments. If someone hesitates, scale back the request. Showing flexibility creates trust and keeps the conversation moving forward. Bridge to bigger. Explain how the current step leads toward a broader goal. Linking today's action with tomorrow's vision gives purpose and direction. Practical examples. Share stories where gradual steps produced strong results. Real cases make the strategy feel practical and achievable. Habit building. Encourage repetition of small actions until they become natural habits. Familiarity lowers resistance to new practices. Don't rush. Allow time for reflection and acceptance. Patience prevents pressure and makes agreement feel voluntary rather than forced. Conclusion. Small steps prevent resistance and fear. People accept simple actions more easily than big changes. Step-by-step persuasion builds trust and long-term agreement. Appeal to values and identity. People rarely reject arguments that align with their values or self-image. Connecting to identity creates deep motivation and lasting influence. Know their values. Take time to learn what matters most to the person: efficiency, loyalty, recognition, or fairness. Arguments tailored to values feel natural. Link to company mission. Show how your idea supports the organization's vision and goals. People are more convinced when their choices fit the bigger picture. Appeal to pride. Highlight their expertise and professional reputation. By appealing to pride, you strengthen confidence and foster willingness to agree. Highlight personal style. Frame your idea as an extension of their unique approach. People like solutions that reflect their personal style and decision-making. Moral arguments. Use fairness, honesty, or responsibility as anchors. Arguments rooted in ethics resonate deeply and reduce chances of conflict. Tie to their role. Connect the idea to their official position or responsibilities. This makes acceptance feel like part of fulfilling their role. Past achievements. Remind them of earlier successes where their values shaped results. Positive memory links make new ideas easier to embrace. Reputation boost. Point out how this choice will enhance their credibility and respect among peers. Social recognition is a powerful motivator. Team identity. Show how their decision strengthens the group's success. Appealing to team identity creates a sense of shared pride. Future vision. Describe a future where their values are realized through this decision. A clear vision inspires action and long-term agreement. Conclusion. Arguments tied to values and identity become nearly unshakable. People rarely go against who they believe they are. This reduces conflict and builds alliance. Calmness and neutrality. Emotions often block persuasion. Staying calm and neutral reduces tension, keeps communication constructive, and makes your words more effective. Control tone. Maintain a steady, even voice. Avoid raising your volume or using sharp intonations, as this prevents escalation and promotes trust. Use pauses. Strategic silence allows emotions to settle and shows you are reflecting before responding. Pauses make your replies sound thoughtful. Neutral words. Choose language carefully to avoid judgment or blame. Neutral words keep the focus on the issue, not the person. Messages. Say "I feel" or "I think" instead of "you always." This shifts focus from blaming to sharing perspective, reducing defensiveness. Emotional anchor. Keep a relaxed posture or gentle smile. Calm nonverbal cues reassure others and prevent emotions from spiraling. Measured reaction. Respond to irritation with steady composure. Meeting negativity with calmness diffuses tension instead of fueling conflict. Focus on the task. Redirect attention to the problem being solved. Keeping discussions task-oriented prevents personal attacks and wasted energy. Steady posture. Sit or stand with open, relaxed body language. Physical composure signals confidence and creates a stable atmosphere. Neutral comparisons. Compare options, not people. Discussing ideas instead of personalities avoids hurt feelings and keeps dialogue productive. Diffuse tension. If emotions rise too high, suggest a break or reschedule. This shows respect for the relationship while protecting progress. Conclusion. Calmness and neutrality diffuse tension. People trust those who stay composed. This lowers conflict risk and makes persuasion more effective. Recognition and praise. Acknowledging contributions and giving praise opens people to your ideas. Recognition builds trust, motivation, and willingness to cooperate. Be genuine. Offer praise only when it's deserved. Sincere recognition strengthens trust, while empty compliments damage credibility and weaken influence. Highlight strengths. Remind people of their unique skills or talents. Emphasizing strengths boosts confidence and makes them more receptive to new ideas. Tie to the task. Show how their effort directly improves team results. Linking praise to specific work demonstrates fairness and adds meaning. Be specific. Instead of vague "good job," highlight details. Your report clarified key risks. Specific praise feels more authentic and valuable. Show progress. Point out growth compared to the past. Acknowledging improvement motivates further effort and reinforces a sense of achievement. Balance praise and critique. Recognize what's working well before suggesting changes. Balanced feedback softens criticism and makes it easier to accept. Engage through praise. Turn praise into opportunity. You managed this project well? Can you share your approach with the team? This fosters collaboration. Public recognition. Acknowledge achievements in front of colleagues. Public praise enhances reputation and inspires others to contribute as well. Effort matters too. Appreciate not only results but also persistence. Valuing effort encourages resilience and motivates people to keep trying. Motivate forward. Use recognition as a launchpad for future action. Praise today's success while inspiring them to take on new challenges tomorrow. Conclusion. Recognition and praise foster respect and openness. When people feel valued, they resist less. Persuasion becomes teamwork instead of conflict. The art of letting go. Not every argument must be won. Sometimes the wisest way to persuade in the long run is to let go now, protect relationships, and return later. Define priorities. Ask yourself whether this issue is truly worth energy. Choosing battles wisely prevents wasted effort and keeps focus on what matters. Keep perspective. One disagreement does not define your career or reputation. Maintaining perspective helps you avoid overreacting to small conflicts. Agree for peace. Accepting minor points can secure long-term goodwill. Yielding in small matters often opens the door to bigger victories later. Postpone the talk. Suggest continuing the discussion later. Time gives space for emotions to cool and often brings new clarity to both sides. Leave space. Allow the other person to feel they had the last word. This gesture preserves dignity and avoids unnecessary escalation. Focus on the future. Shift attention to upcoming goals instead of dwelling on disagreements. Forward-looking dialogue keeps momentum and motivation alive. Compromise as strategy. Meeting halfway shows flexibility and preserves relationships. Compromise builds trust even when full agreement is impossible. Limit negativity. Avoid harsh phrases like, "You're wrong." Neutral language reduces defensiveness and keeps communication professional. Lose gracefully. Acknowledge strong arguments from the other side. Admitting valid points shows maturity and earns respect. Think long-term. Remember that letting go now can build influence for the future. Trust grows when people know you respect the bigger picture. Conclusion. Letting go is not weakness but wisdom. Sometimes losing a small battle wins the greater war. It preserves respect, relationships, and future chances for influence. Final conclusion. Persuasion at work is not about pressure but about strategy, respect, and cooperation. By listening, showing empathy, using facts and stories, taking small steps, appealing to values, staying calm, recognizing others, and even letting go when needed, you create influence without conflict. These methods build trust, strengthen relationships, and turn persuasion into long-term success.
Hello everyone. I am very excited to share my new YouTube video with you, and I need your support to continue to bring quality and enriching content. If you enjoyed my content, please help me by like the video, it helps me reach more people and spread the message. Subscribe to the channel using the subscribe button below so you don't miss any new update or video. Press the bell to receive notifications every time I upload new content. And if you would like to support me directly and help me create more content, you are welcome to join me on Patreon. Your support is significant for me and allows me to continue investing in creating quality and enjoyable content for you. Thank you so much for joining and watching. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. See you in the next video.